Gentlemen, I trust that you're okay. Welcome to the other side, man, where every day is a chance to become better. So, today's video, as you can see on the title, we're going to be discussing the iron rules of Tommassi. If you don't know who Tommassi is, this is a guy, he's very popular in the Red Pill community. Rollo Tommassi, you should check him out. These principles I took them from his book, The Rational Male. It's a very also popular book. You should give it a read, if you're interested in improving yourself and stuff. So, but you will see what's this. You want to read the book from the rules that I'll give you. If they interest you, you can read the book. If they don't, hey, it is what it is. But I'm not going to take a lot of time with the intro and shit. I'm just going to go through it. So, first rule of Tomasi is frame is everything. That's number one. Number one rule. What does he mean by what's this? By frame? We could. There's a proper definition, but I'm gonna make up my own because I don't think I can what's this. I don't. I didn't write it anyway. Frame. We can say this is a state where you in a relationship where you are the one who's leading and then the chick is basically following. So you could operate in a chick's frame where you do what she wants because you don't want to end the relationship, or it could be the other way where she does what she wants because she doesn't want the relationship to end. That's basically the whole principle of it. And he says under frame, he says always be aware of the subconscious balance of whose frame in which you are operating. So you need to always be aware, am I operating in my frame where I'm in charge and I'm not afraid that the relationship might end, or we are operating in her frame where I'm scared I might lose it and stuff, and I'm doing, you know, some main bullshit stuff. That's the first rule of Tomasi. And then the second rule of Tomasi is never under pain of death. I feel like this one he exaggerated it, but anyways, we should have gone through it. Never, under pain of death, honestly or dishonestly reveal the number of women you've slept with or explain any detail of your sexual experiences with them to your current lover. I don't know, if he never under pain of death or honestly or dishonest, but yeah, basically what he's trying to say is, you don't reveal your body count or your sexual experiences with your current partner, your current girlfriend. I mean, reasons for this, it might be as simple as, you know how chicks are, they might get insecure, or besides being insecure, they might be more experienced than you, and see you as less experienced, that type of stuff. So never under the pain of death. You hear that, gentlemen? Those are the rules of Thomas. This one is fucking hilarious. So we're gonna go to the third rule. The third rule of Thomas says any woman who makes you wait for sex. Okay. I think due to YouTube and shit, and was this just basically my environment where I'm speaking, we'll try to censor the sex word with, we put S3X because if we write it like 3, to make X. So S3X, that's what we'll call fucking sex. So okay. Any woman who makes you wait for S3X or by her actions implies she's making you wait for S3X. The S3X is never worth the wait. So what is basically saying is any chick that makes you wait for us S3X, it's never worth the wait, you know, type of shit. And he goes on to explain this stuff. Just quick point, I took courses, quick notes, from his book, just to summarize and give you the whole digested information to you. So it says when your chick makes you wait for S3X, you are not her highest priority. That's one point. Sexuality is spontaneous chemical reactions between two parties, not a process of negotiation. Or I need you to get this point, guys. Get this point. When a chick makes you wait for S3X, you are not her highest priority. Sexuality is spontaneous chemical reactions between two people, not a process of negotiation. So You don't fucking negotiate for fucking sex, guys. S3X, I'm sorry. Excuse my French. You don't negotiate for X3X. It's something that's spontaneous. You don't negotiate. You don't think about it. It's something that you want. It's a fucking desire. So when you try, and this is the route that a lot of us guys end up doing. You try to negotiate for S3X, in which is always a fucking bad route because niggas end up in the friend zone and shit. So the next point he says, a woman who wants to F you will find a way to F you. Just basically it. When she really wants you to do the deed, she will find a way, man. She will find a fucking way. If you have to plead your case, cuddling, spooning, and on the bed or getting occasional peck on the cheek, at the end of the night, you need to go back to square one and start afresh. Yeah, because when you're pleading your case, acting like you're in court, trying to get some. Nah, that shit, you don't even feel like a man at the end of the day. You need to go back to square one to the point, or to even just basically leave the chick next day, next. Because what's the point of begging? n- Genuinely negotiating for desire. What does it say about your character and your self-esteem that you are even begging for that stuff when it's something that should be mutual? You know, yeah, and yeah, as we say, yeah. And he makes a funny point. He says, if you've been on 3 dates and you're still wondering what the magic words are to to make a chick want to if you and stuff, then then you should leave, man. Then you're doing the wrong thing because there is no magic words. When she wants to, she fucking wants to, man. If you're not him Jong Un, then you're just not him, man. Fucking move on, type of shit. A lot of chicks out there. Yeah, and just basically use 3 days to determine if a chick wants to go down with you. Don't waste your fucking time. We have a lot of shit to work on. Gotta put time in the gym. Gotta chase that bag. Gotta work on our mindset and psychology and everything. Character building. That's what this channel is about. And the fourth rule of Tomasi is never under any circumstance. Oh, this guy, man, with the nevers. Never under any circumstance live with a woman you aren't married to or are not planning to marry within 6 months. Oh, yeah, this one, I really agree with the dude. The fourth rule of Tomasi, because I mean, why would you live with a fucking chick, man? Because basically the whole thing about seduction is, there should be an element of mystery. And when mystery is dispelled, guys, it kills the chemical rushes from a woman that she gets, when she sees you every day, shit becomes monotonous every day. And you basically lose frame at the end of the day. So unless you want this chick, if you are planning to marry her within a period before 6 months you get engaged, that's when you can try to figure out the dynamics. But when you don't plan to marry a chick, guys, never ever cohabitate with a fucking chick. And the fifth rule of Tomasi: never allow a woman to be in control of bed. Oh. Ooh, we're going into red hot topics, man. And then he explains this point. He says, there's no such thing as accidental pregnancies. Always be in charge of the birth control pill, and if you are not, always use a condom. So yeah, don't trust your chick that she will take the shit or some shit, man. This chick, low key on the low, man. If you are the guy that she truly likes, she might want to get pregnant with you. So if you're not in control of the birth control pill, just stick to the condoms. And the sixth point is six iron rule, man. Sixth iron rule: women are fundamentally incapable of loving a man in a way that a man expects to be loved by a woman. Okay, what does he mean by this point? He goes on to explain. Okay, men believe that love matters for the sake of it, and women love opportunistically. And this what's this for? Basically, guys, when they see a chick, just seeing her, determine if the guy likes, likes horses, likes her or not, just her beauty, and they love her for her, that type of shit. And with girls, it's different, they have to look for security. It's inheritedly, it's genetically as it's wired in them to look for security. So they will look at your status, whether your money or whatever you got going on for yourself. So women don't love idealistically, but they love opportunistically. So what is just saying, it's just saying, bruh, chicks won't love you in a way that you expect to be loved by them, type of shit. And the seventh rule of Tomasi is, it is always time and effort better spent developing relationships with new, fresh, prospective women than it will ever be attempting to reconstruct failed relationships. Woo! You know, a lot of you guys, some of you motherfuckers never want to fucking move on. Trying to go back to your old chick and stuff. And there's a very beautiful metaphor for this one that I like how he put this. I like how he put this. He said, never root through the trash once the garbage has been dragged out to the curb. You get messy, your neighbors see you do it, and what you thought was worth digging for is never as valuable as you thought it was. Because most of the times when you try to go back to this old relationship, they always fucking fail the same way they did in the first place. Because a lot of elements, bro, why did it fail in the fucking place? And it's not people. I guess what I can say, when people try to get back to each other, most of it, basically, or they are lonely, or it's just lost, or just missing the old memories. They don't try to analyze why did it end, or we're just not fucking compatible. That that one point, for a lot of people, it's very hard for them to assess, to actually realize, like, nah, this person, they even forget all the bad things that happened in the fucking relationship, and try to go back to the person, and then you just remember the good memories, but never root through the trash, guys. Fucking Thomas, man, solid guy. I think basically, I think I agree with most of it. I mean 90% of what he says, is just solid versus facts and advice. And then he says, always let a woman figure out why she won't fuck you. Never do it for her. Woo. My nigga got hot points, man. Hot points. I mean, I don't even. This one is self-explanatory. I don't know if I can extend any longer. Never let it. It's saying, never let a woman figure out why she won't fuck you. Never do it for her. Always let a woman. Yeah, she must decide why she won't do it. Don't fumble. In basically ways, he said, if anything happens, it shouldn't be your fault, but just basically because the chick doesn't like you, type of shit. Yeah. Never self-depreciate and stuff, making okay. And then the ninth rule, this is the last and final rule of Tomasi, you know or cruise through them, 1 to 9, man. This is all, by the way, this is all digested. It goes deeper into explaining, I think, all of these rules in his book. So if you like what he's talking about, just read the book, guys. Read the book. It's a very fucking great book. Opened my eyes and on hypergamy, on a lot of stuff, basically about the world. Never. This is the ninth rule. Never seriously self-depreciate with a woman you intend to be intimate with. Yeah. So yeah, never was seriously self-depreciate. Like, no, I'm just not good at this, because, or even joking about it, guys. Making yourself less the chick that you was is tend to get intimate with, bruh. A lot of guys might look at it as vulnerability, but it just, I mean, at that moment she might empathize with you, but at the back of his mind, or at the back of her mind, she'd be like, pussy. Yeah, this guy's a pussy, and you might be getting your panties dry and shit, with that shit. So I think, and then he says, on that point, he says apologizing for lack of game isn't game. Yeah, yeah, because some guys, are like, no, I'm not very good, talking to the chicks and shit. and all that shit. Niggas are even apologizing for approaching your shit. So Rolo says apologizing for lack of game isn't fucking game. So yeah, guys, those were the 9 iron rules of Tomasi. More videos, more content, similar content coming out like this, and more different content, because I'm trying to focus. I'm still working on that type of content on versus character building, psychology, and stuff. I'm trying to work hard on it so that I can give you the best versus ultimate content. I know the sound is not very good, it's like you can hear like it's a fucking echo in this room. So I'm going to try to buy a small mic, and I'll try to buy also a fucking ring light so that just improve the quality a little bit. So little by little, I don't have a camera or some high end tech shit. I'm using my phone to record this shit and post it myself. So just with time, I'll improve my access content, my quality of my videos and everything. So just subscribe, support me, guys. Through although I'm going through, a rough time. If you watched my previous video, I talked about the passing away of my father and stuff. So it's a certain time, it's a certain phase of my life. I probably watch this shit, see how much I've grown, how far I've grown, accomplish most of my goals. So yeah, I don't. It's not like I have an option, right? I don't think I can fucking relax and stuff. No option type shit. Gotta push, grind 24/7. Put the work in. I mean, I'm gonna make it. It's just a fact. Something, something that I have to do. I have no fucking option. I gotta make it, no matter what. Yeah. Oh, okay, guys. That was the end of the video. Now I was now getting off topic. That was the end of the